up, Jit?
What's good?
The vibration, girl. My mom and my dad were both crack addicts. There was a couple times before then where she had overdosed. We would be home by ourselves for like 2 days straight. We would hear the gunshot, get on the table. It was really hard to see God as Father, and it was just like, I'm your Father. Like, although your Father doesn't do these things. Like, I'm here. I'm the one guiding you. I'm the one providing for you.
All right, so we're basically going to be starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to Agape Living Convos, the show. I am your host, Shajua G, and today we have a guest in the studio. Now, my guest is proof that sometimes you can start your life in a loving environment, but it may not be as stable as you may like it, but God. So I am super excited to introduce my guest in the studio, Taylor.
Hi, I'm Taylor.
Hi. We are so excited to have you. Can you tell the world a little bit about yourself? Anything that you want them to know?
Yeah. Well, I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida, but I currently reside in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
I've been here 7.5 years. I go to Higher Dimension Church, Southwest Campus. We have a campus in Katy too.
Hello.
And yeah.
I love your church.
My church?
I love
Yeah.
it. You're a nanny.
Yeah, I am a nanny.
So you work with kids?
Mhm.
Oh, that's
I
a
love
calling.
kids.
I'm literally thinking about leaving the youth or children's ministry this week. So
Really?
that is, yeah.
I love it.
You're going to have to give me some tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Do you do anything outside of that? Like, is there anything that you like to do in Houston?
So right now, like hobbies,
Yeah.
I've just gotten to Pilates. That's fun.
I love that. I was just asking you about
Yeah.
that on Instagram.
It's fun.
I want to do Pilates, but I felt like it was a little bit too intense for my.
It's not.
It's not.
Mm-mm.
You got to.
I was scared of that too,
And
but it's not.
Are
It's
you
not.
limber? Do you feel like you're flexible?
I'm more flexible now since I've started it.
Oh my
for sure.
goodness! I really want to go ahead and do Pilates.
You should come.
Oh, invite me.
Okay.
Invite me, because I want to have a body like Lori Harvey, like Tiana Taylor.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not too far from that. I feel like it's just like it's calling me out. I'm super excited to have you on the show today for you to share your testimony with us and the viewers. I know that God is going to use what you're saying for the betterment of all of us.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, as we always do, and y'all already know what's coming up. We're about to have a commercial break, and after the commercial break, we're going to play a little game. Period. See you guys soon.
Christ Jesus is a faithful friend. He alone. And in my weaknesses.
And we're back, folks, with our game. Today, Taylor, we're going to be playing a game called Church Girl Meets Miami. Because Taylor, y'all, she said she's from West Palm, but she Miami adjacent. Adjacent. And as you already know, I grew up in Miami, Florida. I found out before the show that Taylor, she was kind of like frequenting the street that I grew up on, where I went to school last. So I was like, we got to keep it true to Miami.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Church Girl Meets Miami. So this is going to be like Church Taylor versus
The world
Miami Taylor. We're going to see what you say, how you feel. I'm going to give you some scenarios, and I want you to answer them to the best of your ability. Feel free to give us some context if you like. Okay. So, first question. What is something from your old personality that God didn't remove, but he refined?
Ooh, the way my delivery
Mm-hmm.
to people
Uh-huh.
in high intensity situations.
I feel like as a Miamian, we could be very blunt.
very blunt.
And the world is very sensitive.
Yeah.
Like, we could say something to someone,
Mhm.
and if you said to Miami, it's just like, we know. Because
we know, yeah.
we tough love. We like the
Mhm.
rank. We know how to play around with it.
Yeah.
But in the world versus Christian life, we have to be careful because now we have to move in
To be
sensitivity.
softer and,
Maybe he was traumatized by how his people used to talk to him, but we
Yeah.
just like,
the Lord's still
it's something in your teeth, you
Yeah.
know. But you have to say, brother, thou is something maybe hiding behind your front tooth.
Yep.
So I think that that's really good.
Yeah.
I'm learning to
That
refine.
and my facial expression. Ooh. Like I'll be at church and I'll be like, girl, fix your face.
I never had
I'll be like, I'm
facial.
sorry.
What you be doing? Give us an example.
I don't know. Like
Okay.
they just be like your facial expressions all the time, and I'm like, I don't know. Like when you're in South Florida, you just gotta have a mean look on your face,
You do
so people don't mess with you.
a resting girl face.
Yes.
Like it just be what it is. Okay, I have another question. This one is Flashback Florida.
Okay.
So, what is the most Miami sentence you ever said in your life? And you gotta act it out.
The most Miami sentence.
I got one.
Okay, go.
You green, kid.
You flogging.
You flogging.
What up, Jit?
What's good? What's good, Jit?
Bro, like here, people don't know what that is. You know, okay, I have two older sisters.
Yeah.
They're like, one is 42 and one is she's 37.
Okay.
In their generation, Jit was like a bad word.
What?
Like to them, every time I say Jit, they're like,
Are
you
you
say that? And I'm like,
crazy?
it's not a bad word.
That's a word because you could say it like, "Yo, Jit, what's good?"
you can flirt with that word.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I say that to my husband.
Like,
I be like
people
chill,
call their kids
Jit.
a Jit.
Yep, Jit, my Jit.
literally.
What?
But I
Okay,
don't say it that much here, unless I'm around other Florida people, because people don't say it.
I say it to Mizo.
Yeah.
Like I taught her what Jit is,
Mhm.
so she say it back to me.
And
So,
you call somebody green, they're like,
what is that? And then how do you? Okay, to the world, how do we explain green?
like you wrong.
You wrong.
You're wrong for that.
Like, can I get a piece of your chicken? And you be like, nah.
Nah.
You be like, you
Green.
green. I hope y'all get it. Okay, my question is another question. Who were you back then? Were you a fighter, a protector, a runner, the independent one, or the people pleaser?
Protector.
The protector?
Yeah.
I was the protector.
Like I'm not gonna fight unless it's like on behalf of somebody else.
Used to
But
fight. Used to fight.
like, a couple times.
You fought. You fought.
Yeah.
Who you beat up? Oh no! Don't say
We
their
can't
name.
talk about it.
Don't say. Hold up. Cut. So you was the protector, adjacent fighter.
Yes. But like if it's about me, I'm just like, oh whatever.
Me too. It have to be someone that I love.
Yeah.
Okay, don't judge me. So you know what Miami Subs is.
Yes.
I used to be a manager there when I was
Okay.
19. I sure enough did beat up somebody and then went back to work. I beat up my other manager
Ooh.
because she was trying to attack she was talking about my little sister. And
Mm.
I was like, okay.
See, that's the thing. Like I had friends that I was really close to, and I'd be like, okay, you're not about to come for my friends.
You not about to come for my
like
friends.
you're not gonna do that.
But now God done used our gifts for the kingdom.
Exactly.
So now we robbing hell. Okay. Let's see. The next one. Only Miami understand this. Finish the sentence. If you know about what?
What do you mean? Like
Like if you from Miami and you know about what?
the poking beans.
You know about the bees. If I'm gonna say if you know about snappers.
Yes.
Period.
You
You're
wanna
not.
know a funny story?
Tell me. Tell me.
I feel like this is the most broke Miami thing I could have ever done. When I was in Job Corps,
Yeah.
me and my friend, we like, okay, you're so broke at Job Corps.
You don't
Girl,
have
we sold
nothing.
our laptops just to go get some food.
You lying.
I swear.
Was it Snappers?
Yeah.
Snappers was $4 back then.
Girl, we-
Job Corps, y'all gotta do better. Y'all sending us
Real.
into the world broke.
Ooh.
We selling your property for
Eating
food.
snappers for a week.
But Snappers was good. I used to go
It
there
was good.
every day after school. What about this one? You not really from Miami if you never. You ever been to Galaxy?
Mm-mm.
You ain't from Miami.
I'm not from Miami.
Galaxy is the biggest skating rink in Miami. What about this? That wasn't ghetto. That was just. What about eating a pickle?
Ooh, wee.
Yo,
That's
you
very
pickle?
Miami. Or like the hot sausage with the.
What about pickle eggs?
Ooh.
Ugh.
I didn't eat them, but everybody out there ate them.
Listen, this is a safe space. Yes, I love eating pickled eggs. I used to love hot sausages, but I don't eat pork.
Like when they put it in the bag.
and the
with
hot
chips,
Cheetos with the salt and
and then
vinegar
they
chips.
mush it all up together.
And then you have maybe a little
Ooh.
Sprite or a
It
Pepsi.
smells so bad.
Oh, okay. That's the West Palm you talking. It's
They
so
eat out there,
good.
too.
They eat it there,
Mhm.
y'all.
You go to the corner store, you get it out the jar. Yeah, no.
I'ma
In
need me
little
a pill-
baggies.
I'm gonna need me a pickle egg at the end of this. Husband, producer. Hey, you not from Miami, so listen. That's our little Miami segment. Taylor, how you feeling?
Good.
You feeling good? Well, you better feel good because we're about to jump into our heart topic right after this commercial. We'll see y'all soon. ALC is no longer a podcast. It's a show, and you heard it here first, y'all. Agape Living Combo, the show, is now back at you every Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have the hottest guests, Kingdom Laughs, great topics, and you already know we're coming with the fashion. So what are you waiting for? Matter of fact, let's get back to the show. Welcome back to our heart topic today. And I am just so excited to talk to you, Taylor, about what the Lord is leading us to discuss. We talk a lot about the upside of Florida and just being in Florida, but it could be tough.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not for the weak.
Nope.
And so the beauty about like being on the other side and being in Houston is that we see the things that we've gone through and what we've come out of, but our testimonies, they don't run dry.
Yeah.
Because we have that opportunity to share it with the world. I feel like sometimes people will look at us and they'll be like, oh, Taylor, you look so good. You're so pretty.
Yeah.
Look at you serving. You got this great spirit. And then when they hear your testimony, it's like it rocks them.
Yeah.
Because they're like, you don't look like what you've been through.
Yeah.
So today, I just want to start from the part of just like asking you, what did normal life look like for you growing up in Florida?
Okay.
Yeah.
So normal life. My mom's white, my dad's black.
Okay. Biracial.
She's a biracial girl.
This girl, she foreign, y'all.
So my mom and my dad were both crack addicts.
Okay.
And like I didn't live in a house with both of them together. I lived with my mom and my sister
Yeah.
and my grandma. And it was hard because like my mom was like always on drugs, but like our family thought she was clean.
Yeah.
And she was like hiding drugs, and my dad like he was around but not really. It was
Yeah.
always like, come see your kid.
Yeah.
You know, he'll say like I was there, and I'm like, you got me shoes, like, you know, whatever. But I think like growing up, like I really just took care of myself
Yeah.
up until my mom passed away.
What age do you remember starting to take care of yourself?
Like 5, like kindergarten, so 6. Like I remember like getting
Wow.
myself up for school, getting my own breakfast ready,
Yeah.
walking to school or catching
Wow.
the bus to school, and coming home by myself.
That's
Like
big.
cooking my own meals. And like my brother, I have a brother from my dad.
Yeah.
We have different moms, but our moms are like really close. And I would go to his house, and he lived in the hood because I lived in Palm Beach Gardens, which is like not the hood. But
Yeah.
like we would be home by ourselves for like 2 days straight, and like we would hear the gunshots, get under the table.
Where? In Palm Beach?
Yes,
Where?
girl, in West Palm Beach,
You know what? I'm not
over
gonna
in
play dumb.
Pinewood.
I'm not gonna play dumb because my little cousin just moved up there in Palm
Mhm.
Beach Gardens, and they was
Palm Beach Gardens isn't the hood,
okay. So Palm Beach,
but West Palm Beach is the hood.
really?
Like Riviera, Pinewood area. It's part of West Palm Beach, but that is the hood.
I didn't know it got down
And
like that up
Yes. Like he'd be
Wow.
like, "Come on, Tay, get under the table," like, and then it would
Gee.
stop, and then we'd be like,
That's your
"Okay."
nickname, Tay Tay?
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah,
I'm gonna call you that. And you call me whatever you want.
perfect.
Okay. So it's like, okay, so you said your mom passed away. What age
I
were
was
you?
11.
Wow.
She passed away from an overdose. So the day before,
Jeez.
she had a foot surgery, and she was known for loving pain pills.
Yeah.
So obviously, like when you have foot surgery, you get pain medicine.
Yeah.
And she took too much, and the day after her surgery I like decided to stay home because like my mom had a surgery. I was like, I want to be home, you know, whatever. So I played sick, whatever. And in the bedroom, I always slept in the bed with my mom.
Yeah.
And that Friday I remember my grandma coming in to like check on her, and she wasn't responding. And my
Mm.
grandma was like, oh, like, you know, maybe she's just sleeping, whatever. And I remember like walking over there, and was like already dead. Like she had like asphyxiated. So
Yeah.
she like all the throw up and stuff. And she was just like, and I'm like, Mom, Mom, Mom. And I grabbed the phone,
Jesus.
call 911. My grandma walks in. She's like, what's going on? I was like, she's not breathing. Da, da, da. And it was crazy.
So you found her.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah. And my sister, she was in college. So she was in Tallahassee at FAMU.
okay.
And so it was just me
She's a
and my,
rattler.
me and my grandma and my mom's fiance at the time,
Yeah.
who was my sister's dad. He like walked in the middle of it, and I like handed him the phone and was like, I don't know, like what's going on, because I'm 11, I don't know. And I just remember like the cops coming and the ambulance coming, and they put the sheet over her, and I was like, yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
So how, as a 11-year old, do you process that?
I don't think I did. I think I like kind of expected it,
Mhm.
because there was a couple times before then where she had overdosed. Like I didn't know it was an overdose, but now looking back, I know that they were overdoses. Where the cops would come to, the ambulance would come to the house and take her out, and she'd be
Before
in the
she
hospital
passed.
for however long. Yeah, like so. I guess I was kind of like prepared for it in a sense.
Yeah.
Like I was shocked, but I wasn't shocked because I knew what my mom was doing. You
Yeah.
know? Like she was hiding her pills in the house, or like in the closet, or hiding liquor in the closet,
Jesus.
so my grandma wouldn't find it, or she would tell my dad like, I'm clean. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
But
My Jesus is not a Jesus of judgment. I'm saying Jesus because, ooh, my mom, Emma, I know you're gonna watch this, so relax. But you already know me. I have to be honest. I feel like my mom suffers with alcoholism.
Mhm.
And there have been signs where we have seen her hiding liquor
yeah,
in my sister's refrigerator in her room,
Mhm.
in the oven.
like if you're hiding it, you have a problem.
You have a problem. And so when you have a relative that is struggling or suffering, you don't know how to encourage them to
Yeah.
stop. And so sometimes, like, I have hard conversation or have had, and I don't even want to say my mom is, because who she was 2-3 years ago, I see the change in her daily.
hmm
But just from when we lived together, there was things I noticed, and I used to feel like I was waiting for her to die.
Yeah, that's how it felt like as a kid. Like I remember like having those conversations with my mom at like 7, 8 years old. Like, can you please stop? Like, please stop.
Yeah.
Like, because whenever she would get high, she would like beat me.
Yep,
And it
me
was
too.
like, and then my sister would be like, it's okay. Like, she just doesn't know what she's doing. Da, da, da. And I'm like, she does know what she's doing. Like, she took those medicines.
Yeah.
And my sister would be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Because my sister's 8 years older than me.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
8, she's 16. And she
yeah.
knows. And she's like, it's okay. I'm like, it's not okay. Like, whatever. And I used to take my mom's jugs and I flush them down the toilet, or I throw them
The
away.
same with me.
And
with the
I would
alcohol.
like find her Smirnoff ices in the closet, and I pour them out and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Or I'll call my dad and be like, she's got da da da. And then my dad would call and be like, what you doing over there?
Yeah.
My daughter. Da, da,
Yeah.
da.
And he's like defending you from like a long distance, but he's
Yeah.
not there. So it's like when you reflect on those environments now, what do you recognize outside of like the overdoses that was unhealthy? Like, what about your relationship with your sister? Like, do you feel like when she went to college,
Mhm.
was that her
I
leaving
felt
you
like I was
behind?
left behind. Yeah. Like I resented my sister a lot for that, especially like when my mom passed.
Yeah.
And like looking back, I'm like, I really can't hold that against her because she's 19 at the time.
She don't
Like,
know.
She don't know no better. She's a kid too. Like
Yeah.
she's trying to figure out her life. But like I remember being like, because when my mom passed, her brother, my uncle, and his wife adopted me.
So you were adopted by relatives.
But
Okay.
like at the time, I didn't know them. Like I knew my uncle, but like my mom and my uncle did not like each other. So we
Mhm.
only saw him once a year. So it was kind of like moving in with strangers.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then like by the next weekend, I was like really moved in. I remember them being like, do you want to stay at the same school? You want to switch schools? I was like, I want to stay at the same school. They made me switch schools. Do you want to see your brother? Yeah. I wasn't allowed to see my brother. Like my sister, she could come see me, but like she could only keep me in PGA, which is like Palm Beach Gardens. PGA is like it's a like gated community, but there's
Yeah.
like a Publix and like restaurants inside of it.
Yeah.
And so they're like, you can't take her outside of here. And like everything was so whatever. And I
Yeah.
remember them telling my dad, like, you can still see your daughter, blah, blah, blah. Or you can still see your dad if you
But
want to
they
see
didn't
him.
let you.
Girl, didn't see him for 8 years. Until I turned 18.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Oh, no.
Yeah. So it was like my whole life was like turned around like that. The only thing that was like consistent was like my grandparents, because those were my uncle's parents.
So
Yeah.
he allowed you to see them.
Yeah.
It's as if he was punishing you because of what your parents did.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? This is how I saw
Mhm.
her mom and her dad. So I'm gonna try to structure this for
Yeah.
her.
And I remember him and his wife, my mom. I call her not my mom. But like they would be like, before your mom died, like we wanted to save you because you were in that house and blah blah blah.
Yeah. It's as if they thought that they were your savior. It
Yeah.
kind of goes back to like, as men, we can have good intentions,
Mm-hmm.
but on the other side looking, they did the best that they could, but they don't know until now how it impacted you.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
like then living with them, when I was 15, they sent me away to a group home because, yeah, like I wasn't a bad kid, but like I would lie about like homework and stuff. And like they would always like compare me to their kids, my sisters and my other brother. They'd be like, you're, because like I always like was challenged
Yeah.
in school,
Yeah.
like with math specifically.
Yeah.
And like I just remember them being like Morgan and Blake never did this in school. Like, why are you like, why does it take you so long to like figure it out? Da da da, whatever. Like, Morgan and Blake did this and that, and why don't you do this and that? And blah 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 blah. And you're gonna be just like your mom. You're gonna be just like your dad. And I'm like,
Jesus.
golly. And they'd be like, if you don't get it together, we're gonna find another place for you to live. And like that would be like the threat all the time.
And eventually they
And
made
they
good on it.
made good on it, and they sent me to like a crazy house. Like they didn't know what it was. Like they had talked to a therapist, and the therapist was like, "Oh, you should send her this place. Like it's like intensive therapy, blah 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 blah." And I get there, and the people there are like, "You don't belong here,"
Jesus.
because it was like literally like a psych ward.
Yeah.
Like literally, like people are in there
Yeah.
trying to kill themselves, and I'm like, I just lie about homework. Like I
I
don't
can
do
relate.
anything.
Ooh.
And I got there, and the people were like, "You don't belong here." Like I'm gonna tell insurance, like you can't be here. I was there for like 3 weeks, and insurance failed, and I was like, "Oh." And my uncle came, and he was like, "Yeah, the insurance failed. Like we got to take you home." And on the way home, because the place, it was called La Amistad.
Yeah.
It was like a little bit above Daytona.
Uh-huh.
And on the way home, he took me to this group home to tour the place. He's like, if you don't get your ish together, like we're going to send you here. You got a month to get it together, or this is where you're going.
It's like, did they even really want you?
No. So then we go home. I'm home for a week max. They put me in a new school. I'm at a new middle school. And I'm there for a week. That weekend comes. They're like, okay, here's a list of stuff you got to pack. Like, we're sending you to this place. They send me to the place. It's a group home for
That
like,
you toured.
yeah, for people who don't have families or like have families, but they're,
Yeah.
Can't take care of them, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm there. And that was the first place I was introduced to Jesus at, because it was a Methodist place.
Wow.
And I mean, obviously, I'm not Methodist, but that's where like I first kind of got introduced to Jesus.
Wow.
I was there for like 10 months, and I got kicked out for fighting because I was so angry. Like, I mean, like you couldn't tell me nothing. Like,
No, but yeah.
you look at me wrong, I'm fighting you.
First
Like,
of all, so mom passes away at 11. How old are you at this time when you're in the
at
group
this
home?
time, I'm 15, about to turn 16.
Trying to process emotions,
Mhm.
going through puberty, let's
Yeah.
be real. And
Yeah.
so you're trying to understand Taylor. Wow. Now, can I ask, did that build rejection for you, or did you struggle with abandonment because of those things?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
For sure, right?
Yeah.
So rightfully so.
'Cause, like, at
you're
the
fighting.
time, my sisters that became my sisters once I got adopted, my parents were telling me like, oh, they don't want anything to do with you. Like your sisters, you're a liar. They don't want you around their kids. And then like years later now, my sisters are like, they told us that we couldn't see you. Like it wasn't that we didn't want to see you. They told us we couldn't see you. And so they were like trying to separate me
Yeah.
from
So
everything.
how having this conversation now, your parents may see it.
Mhm.
Well,
Well, they won't.
they won't.
No, my mom passed away, and then my dad, I don't talk to him.
Oh,
Yeah.
your mom passed away.
She passed away like 3 years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that. And then dad, we don't talk to him. So That was gonna be my question.
Mhm.
Did they know how
I
you
told
felt?
them, like, so after I had went to the group home, I got kicked out. The day I got kicked out, my uncle comes and picks me up. It's the day before my 16th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, we're going north." I'm like, "Why are we going north? Like, we live in South Florida." And
Yeah.
he's like, "We're going towards like Disney World, like towards Orlando." And he's like, you know, you're gonna think it's your birthday by the end of the day. Like, we're going somewhere so cool, da da da. And he's like, I met this lady 3 days ago.
He's a manipulator.
Not for sure. He's like, I met this lady 3 days ago. Her name's Miss B. She has a house and like she helps repair relationships between kids and parents.
Okay.
So I'm bringing you there, and you're gonna live with her for 3 months, and she's gonna like we're gonna do therapy as a family. You know, we're gonna try to rebuild the relationship. She has a therapist who comes to the house every week. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, you met this lady 3 days ago, and you're
Yeah.
to her
Why the
house?
child got more common sense than the dad?
Like, for real. And so we go there, and I remember like walking into her house, and she's a black lady,
yeah.
and I'm like, the Lord, obviously the Lord knew what he was doing, but like at the time I was like, gosh, like what is going on? He's like, there's only 8 kids there. Whatever. I'm like, okay.
That's too many.
So we get there, we come in the house, there's like nobody there.
Yeah.
It's in Orlando. We go in her office. He's sitting there telling her the whole whatever spiel. And it's time for him to leave. And he leaves, and she looks at me, and she's like, I know you're not the problem. I know your parents are the problem.
Hey!
And she was like, I'm just going to treat you like you're my niece, and we're going to do what we do. And, if your parents, eventually want you to come home, cool. If you end up wanting to stay here, I don't blame you. She was like, I know you're not the problem just by listening to him talk.
Jesus.
And I was like, all right. And I was there till I turned 18 and went to Job Corps, and she really just treated me like I was her kid. Like,
Jesus.
and she was like really in the church and really loved Jesus. And that's like where my love for Jesus began.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So looking back, where can you now see that God was protecting you?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
God's protection is crazy because when we're in the midst of situations, it doesn't always look like it
No.
or feel like it.
Like sometimes I think back, and I know this kind of sounds a little like cryptic to say. I don't wish, like, obviously I don't wish my real mom died.
Of course.
But I'm like, if she hadn't died, like,
You wouldn't be here.
no.
You wouldn't
No.
be who you are. You wouldn't
At
be
all.
the Taylor that people have grown to know and love.
Yeah.
And it's so weird because it's like Romans 8:28 tells us that all things work together for the good of those that love the Lord and are called to his purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And what always stood out to me is the word all.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, God, my father died. You're telling me this is working out for the betterment of me.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my mother. You're telling me that this is working out for the better. I was raped. I was molested.
Yeah.
How is this working out for the betterment of me?
Mm-hmm.
And what God consistently reminds me of is that when you found your mother, you weren't the one that was just there. He was there with you.
Yeah.
He felt that with you.
Yeah.
When you got sent to this place and that place and he left you there, because all of those things were working out for the betterment of Taylor.
Right.
And so it's so crazy because I want to ask you, like, would you say God was pursuing you before you even chose him?
Oh, for sure. Like, I remember, like, always being in situations where I was, like, learning about Jesus, learning about God, and, like, always having that, like, tugging feeling.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I mean, like, I believe in Christ. Like, I can just do what I want to do, whatever,
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
Oh, yeah. Do you feel like you're still in survival mode right now?
No.
You're resting. You're
Yeah.
at peace.
Yeah.
What broke that?
Finding Jesus for real, for real.
Yeah.
Like, in 2023 is when I really gave my life to Christ.
Yeah.
And that was a year after my mom had passed, my adopted mom. And like when I really like dove in, I was like, I've never felt this much peace in my life. Like, I
So
mean, like,
good.
because after she, like, I always had dealt with depression, but like after she passed, like, it was a point where I would call my sister and I would talk about, I was like, I don't even remember saying this, or I don't even remember like doing this or whatever. Her and I were actually just talking about it the other. She's like, you remember, like, you wouldn't even remember like things and
Wow.
whatever. And like, there's certain parts of like I remember like every part of my life, but there are times where like I can't remember certain things, and
I'm like that too. My sister tells me how I was before I came to Christ,
Mm-hmm.
because I gave my life to Christ when I was 19.
Okay.
So she would tell me things about who I was. I remember
Mhm.
some things like I didn't want my sister to learn how to smoke weed by herself. So I'm like, okay, we're going to try it together. Let's do it. Let's go to his house. We'll
Yeah.
smoke. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, but there's things that she tells me in my character and nature of how I was.
Yeah.
It sounds so foreign to me.
Right? Like I think back and I'm like, I was mean.
Oh,
Like,
I was mean.
So mean.
I was mean.
And like if you hurt me, like when people talk about like the power of the tongue, I'm like, that is so real. Because when I think back to like what I used to be
what
and
I
how
would
I
give
used
it
to
up
talk,
as
I'm like, I would like literally kill you
with my
mouth.
tongue. Yeah. I was a bully.
Yeah.
So I wasn't a bully like, oh, this is a biracial girl, I'm gonna bully her.
Mhm.
I was a bully like, if I felt like you offended me,
Yeah.
I was going,
To offend you.
I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
So, and I also I felt very alone because I felt like I didn't have peace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to school, I'm being bullied.
Yeah.
I come home, I go outside, I'm being bullied. No one wants to accept me. I'm in the house. My mom, I'm going through stuff with her.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was like a punching bag for her.
Yeah.
I did used to get beat like really bad.
Yeah.
But that became a normal way of life
Yeah.
for me. But outside of that, I think I'm very like emotional verbally.
Yeah.
So physically you can hurt me and
Mhm.
I can deal with it. But
Deal with it.
the verbal part,
Yeah.
when people say it, I hold on to that.
Yeah. Same.
So
But like I won't show you.
I'm not gonna show you.
Yeah.
And so like even now with my current marriage and stuff like that, I don't think I'm still in survival mode, but I do see that certain ways that I communicate, it is a reflection of what I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
Because I pride myself on being a good communicator,
Yeah.
but I realized that no, it's trauma. Because my mom used to tell me every way, which way and how I made her feel.
Mm-hmm.
I was rebellious, I was disrespectful, I was all of this stuff when I wasn't doing anything, I felt. And so I tried to be what she wanted me to, what she was trying to paint me as the picture to be.
Yeah.
So you think I'm a rebellious child? Okay, I'm gonna
show
start
you
having
rebellious.
sex.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start skipping school. I'm
Mhm.
going to literally. I left school one day, and the police brought me home. They intercepted me. Girl, crazy story. So I was walking out of school, and Trayvon Martin was walking out with me. I was like, "Am I gonna get caught?" And he was like, "No, I do this all the time. Like I go home early all the time."
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, you just go out and you just walk. But he stayed closer to near Job Court. I was
Mhm.
telling you, the house in the back. But I stayed like a 20-minute walk.
Yeah.
So I was leaving to go be with my boyfriend at the time. A guy that was like 4 years older than me. Girl, he
Oh,
wasn't even in
Lord.
school no more.
Jail time.
And so I was like, okay, let me walk. I get to this park that I have to cut through, and the police intercedes, and they're like, why are you out of school? And I was like, oh, my period came on. I need to go home. And they were like, your period came on. So
They're
they
like,
forced,
"Girl."
yeah, they was like, get in the car. And they took me home. My mom used to get calls about me leaving. They'll
All
be
the
like, oh,
time.
I just saw her in Hollandale. I lived in Carroll City by the stadium. They like, oh, she at the beach. She
That
doing.
is crazy.
I used to be out, but it was really a cry for help.
Yeah.
Because there were things that I was experiencing, like liking boys at the time,
Mhm.
or wanting to be better in school, but I felt like I didn't. My mom, she just didn't care, so it was hard. So it's like I understand why you felt the way that you did, and it sounds like when you went to Job Court and you got on your own, as well as leaving Miss B house,
Mhm.
that's where things shifted for you.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, what did relocating to Texas represent for you? Was it escape? Was it hope? Or was it divine alignment?
All of it. So when I came to Texas, after I had went to Job Corps, I was supposed to go back to Miss B's house.
Okay.
and like live there and work with her because she had a business.
Yeah.
And that ended up not happening, so I ended up back at my parents' house. And this was my first time living with my parents since I'm 19. I'm 19, about to turn 20, but I
Yeah.
hadn't lived with them since I was 15.
Yeah.
And so I go back and I'm living with them. And my mom, like, she was just not nice to me. Like, I was her punching
Wow.
bag. But like, my adopted parents, they never touched me physically, but like, mentally, they abused me, like, very
Jesus.
much so. And I remember, like, at the time, I didn't have a license, obviously, don't have a car. I'm working 2 jobs. Like, they want me to go to college, like, real school. But the school is 40 minutes away. The buses don't come to Jupiter because it's a rich white area.
Y'all was
Like,
in Jupiter?
girl, yeah. It's like the buses don't even come over here. They want me to catch Ubers. Like, it's
Yeah.
just a whole mishmash of craziness. So
Yeah.
I was really gonna enlist in the army because I was like, there's no way out. Like, I don't see a way out of like their
Wow.
house. Like, I don't see a way out. They won't teach me how to drive. Like, just craziness. And or that, or I was gonna like, my sister was a nurse at this juvenile detention center,
Yeah.
and I was gonna go like work security there and live with her. Like, it was
Yeah.
those two options. I was like, I don't really want to do either. But I was like at the recruiter's office, and back then, like, I was this big. Like, I was very skinny,
Yeah.
and I remember going to the recruiting office. I'll never forget this day. I remember going to the recruiting office. They're like taking your measurements. They like measure your neck and everything.
Yeah.
And she was like, you need to lose like 2 inches off your neck, so probably like 40 pounds. I was like, if I lose 40 pounds, I'm gonna look like a crackhead.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
already
I'm already
skinny.
skinny. And I remember going home and my mom's asking me about it. And I'm like, they want me to lose 40 pounds.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, you could. And I just remember looking at her like, why are you always picking on me? And that was like the first time I had ever talked back to her. Because contrary to what they used to say, they used to be like, she's so disrespectful.
But you ain't
But
never.
I never,
They never met
out of the,
disrespectful Taylor.
no, never, like ever. Like when they would like say something to me, I just look at them and I would go mute.
Yeah.
And like they would scream and they'd be like, say something to us, like talk back, da da da. And I would just sit there and look at them like they were crazy.
Yeah.
And it just made them even more mad. And this was the first time I was like, why are you always coming at me? Like, you're
Ooh.
always picking on me. Like, you always got something to say to me. I just started crying. And I go to my room. And my sister Morgan just randomly called me to ask me to like babysit my nephew.
Yeah.
And she was like, are you okay? Like, you sound like something's wrong. And I tell her what happened.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay. We get off the phone. And then like 30 minutes later, my sister Blake calls me. And at the time, like me and my sister Blake had no relationship. Not for any specific reason, but when I had got
You was
adopted.
closer to the other one.
No, but when I had got adopted, my sister Blake was already out of the house. Like they were all out of the house.
Because they're older.
They're older.
Yeah.
And so we only saw each other at like Christmas or Thanksgiving, whatever.
Yeah.
But at that point, I hadn't seen her in like years because I was gone.
Yeah.
And she called me and she was asking me about what happened. And she was like, would you ever move to Texas? Because she lived here.
Oh.
And because her husband's from here. And I was like, I mean, say the word, like I'll come, whatever.
Yeah.
And so like 30 minutes later, she calls me back. And she's like, I just talked to Chris, which is her husband, about it. And we're coming there in a couple weeks, like to visit. Like, let's plan on you coming back with us. Like, we'll rent a car, drive you back, all your stuff, whatever. And I was like, okay. And again, it was like living with strangers because,
Yeah.
like, of course I knew Blake and Chris, but like we had no relationship and I didn't really know his family. The only time I met his family was when I was like 12 or 13 at their wedding.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. And they're like going over like, you know, these are the rules of our house and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I just want to
me
get out
outta
of here. And so my sisters, like, they pack me up. We drive back. And like, when I moved here, like, every door just like opened for me.
Oh, yeah.
And like, my sister and my brother-in-law, like, they're like the parents I never had.
Yeah.
Like, my brother-in-law is really the dad I never had, for real. And I remember like one time we had went on a trip back to Florida
Mhm.
and him and I were having lunch and he was like, you know, when I met you when you were like 12, I looked at your sister and was like, one day she's going to live with us. Like, and I was like, that's so crazy.
I just melted.
Ball cry.
It's so crazy because like when I left Florida, as soon as I felt when I hit a different state
Mhm.
because it felt like the territory demons that was like holding me back,
Yeah.
it broke.
Yeah.
It's a lightness down here. And the same thing happened to my mom. When she was leaving, the thing about Florida that y'all need to understand is that sometimes it feels like you can never make it out.
Yeah.
It
A lot
feels
of people
like
get stuck there.
you get stuck. And I have friends and people that I know now that are currently there. They'll say like, it's nothing for me here.
Mhm.
But yet when
You
I'm telling
stay.
them like, oh, we have an apartment for $1,500, a 2-bed, 2-bath. They living in a 2-bed, 2-bath box.
$3,000.
$3,000 and they will not leave because of comfortability.
Mhm.
And it's like, I get what you're saying, moving here, because all I ever knew was struggle.
Yeah.
Homeless at 19,
Yeah.
sleeping on people's couches from the age of, let's say, 15, 16 years old to the age of 20. I just felt like, well, I told you I got my first real place at 23. So we'll say 15 to 23. I never had a bed or anything. And being here, I've only seen elevation.
Yeah, same.
And it's not just like the financial elevation. Like that part is
It's
cool.
everything,
Doors
yeah.
have been opening, but it's also the spiritual elevation. Like being able to walk in my calling, my purpose, really finding friendships and relationships that heal and that
Yeah.
deliver.
Yeah.
And I think that when you say it was everything, it was escape, it was hope, it was divine alignment, I think that part is beautiful. Do you believe God wastes pain, or does it transform into purpose?
Oh, it transforms it.
For sure.
Nothing's ever wasted.
Nothing he
No.
does is wasted. How would you say that God transformed your pain into purpose?
That's a good question. I don't know. I feel like for me, I never like use my pain as like an escape or an excuse.
That's good.
And I don't know if it's like what drives my purpose either.
Yeah.
I think I'm just kind of like, it happened, whatever, like dust your shoulders off, keep it going type of.
Do you feel like you're desensitized?
A little.
A little, right?
Like not
Yeah.
much like shocks me, bothers me, because I'm
The same.
like my humor is very dark and people are like, girl, what is
Mine
wrong with you?
too.
And I'm like, I've seen a lot, y'all.
With literally very, very dark, because when my grandma died, I was like, she's getting disintegrated today. My first
Or
was
like we'll be doing like I'll be out and somebody I'll be like, well, my mom's dead, so and then you're
Yeah.
like, girl, and I'm like, I mean,
the same about my dad.
it is
They
what it is.
they cremated him too, and they passed his ashes out to the hood. I'm like, they passed him out like cocaine. Like,
It's your little bag.
yeah, it is a little bag. It was literally in a little bag.
Yeah.
So I'm desensitized too, and it's not because I don't care. And also, like, something that I don't like about myself, but I'm trying to work on. I struggle with receiving compliments
Yeah.
because I think people are not being genuine.
Yeah.
I struggle with receiving compliments, as well as if a person's crying in front of me, I feel like they're being
Don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how to comfort you.
I literally just told my best friend that
Like I want to, but I don't know how. Because like no one ever comforted me.
it
And it was just like I had to figure it out and deal with it.
that's the part.
Which I think also makes me kind of like hyper independent.
Oh,
Like-
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the part that I would
Not
say that we're
independent.
still healing on.
I think the only people I like depend on kind of is my sister and her husband. Because they've kind of like created that safe space
Yeah.
for me where I trust them. But like everybody else, I'm kind of just like, I
I
got it.
feel
Don't worry
like-
about it.
I wouldn't say hyper independent, but I would say like a little bit stonewall emotionally.
Yeah.
Because like even as a woman, I can watch other people get something and I'll cry.
Mhm.
But when it's for me, I will feel unworthy.
Yeah.
Like when I got engaged, I thought that I was gonna cry, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Like my husband cried. I wanted to cry, but I was just like, it's like a part that shut off
Yeah.
in me.
Yeah.
And so even in that aspect or arena, I want God to heal me in that, because I want to believe in my heart that I deserve
Things. Good things.
good things.
Yeah.
Like things are not just happening by chance, or this is just going good for now, but it's
I think that's my
eventually
thing. I guess, okay, so when you ask me, like, do I live in survival mode? I think it's a yes and a no.
yes and a no.
Because I think, like, growing up, like, always moving around. Or
Yeah.
always, like, something's always happening.
yeah,
Like, for me, when I moved to Texas, like, even now, I'm like, okay, Lord, like, when am I going to have to leave?
the same.
Like, that's how I think. Like, I'm like, okay, this is year 7. Like, you're going to make me move somewhere. You're
But
gonna
can
make me
I
move to,
give you
like,
a
Georgia or
word?
something.
Let me give you a word.
And I'm going to made all these friends, and I'm going to have to go.
You got to bury that old version.
Yeah.
So I had a dream years ago when God put me in my wilderness experience where I was in a casket. Like it was a funeral and people were singing and I walked up and it was me in the casket and the Lord told me I'm going to have to bury the old version of myself. I didn't understand what he meant.
Yeah.
Because I was still going through stuff. I was still being refined. I was still like building my relationship with him. I was working through purity and things like that. And so my word for you is, and for me, we have to bury the old versions. Like we are no longer living in that reality, that timeline. It happened. It is what has created who we are, but we are no longer those versions because no longer we live, but Christ Jesus lives in us. And this is why daily God is bringing people in our lives that are watering the seeds that he has planted and what he's building, even so much so God is so good. Like you will never die not knowing healthy parents.
Yeah.
Because he tried it with your mom and your dad.
Yeah.
It didn't turn out too well. So he tried it with your uncle and your aunt. That didn't turn out too well. But the purpose was for your sister and your brother-in-law because in that, when you are a wife, you will see healthy marriage.
Yeah.
Your heart is so big right now that when you are, if you are placed in a situation where you too have to open up your home to someone that just needs nurturing and caring, you will know how to do it, which speaks life to why you are a nanny. You know so much what kids need because you were not able to receive it. But what goodness it is to have a father that can show it to you. I told you I was going to bring it up.
Yeah.
John 15, verse 1 through 8. This is Taylor's anchor scripture.
I can read it.
Read it for us.
I have to pick up my Bible then.
Go ahead. I'm going to use my app, guys, because this preaching Bible too big. What you doing, KJV?
ESV.
Oh, ESV. I'm going to do K.
I don't read KJV.
Oh, that's too grown?
I'd be lost.
Thee, thou, and them.
I'd be lost.
So we're going to read John 15. Is it 1 through 8?
Yeah. Well, I have 1 through 8 highlighted, but I might just read 1 through 11.
Let's do 1 through 11.
Okay. I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away. And every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. Already you are clean because of the word that I have spoken to you. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine. Neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. If anyone does not abide in me, he is thrown away like a branch and withers, and the branches are gathered, thrown into the fire and burned. If you abide in me, and my words abide in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. By this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit, and so prove to be my disciples. As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things I have spoken to you, that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be full.
Amen. And if you are like a new believer in Christ, or you're looking for encouragement in this season, I want you to give maybe like a summary of what this means to you.
For me, just like what it says, just abiding and staying close. And like abiding can also be like he's already like even when you might not think you're actively abiding, he's always there.
Oh yeah.
Always.
Oh yeah. The part in the scripture that basically says, hold on, I just highlighted it. As the Father have loved me, so have I loved you. So continue in my love. If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments.
Yeah.
And these things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, that your joy might be full. God is intentional.
Very intentional. I think for me, when I first came to Christ, it was really hard to see God as Father
Oh yeah.
because of my daddy issues.
Yeah. Me too.
And like, I just remember people always being like when they pray, they'd be like, Father God. But when I pray, I'm like, Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
I never say Father.
Yeah.
And I remember one night I was at Urban Hymnal when they had first started, and there was this guy there who he does, if love were to write you a letter, what would it say?
Wow.
And so that night he had everybody like pull out their phones, pull out their notes app, whatever, and like we prayed before and like write what love would say to you. And mine, like, I just was like, I don't even know what to write. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know about love. I don't know. And so I was like, okay, Lord, like, speak to me. Come on now. And I was just writing and writing and writing. And then I read back over it, and it was just like, I'm your father. Like, although your father doesn't, well, your dad, your earthly father, whatever, doesn't do these things. Like, I'm here. I am the one guiding you. I'm the one providing for you and all these things. So just put your trust in me and you'll be okay.
The beauty of it is we can love God because he loved us first.
Yeah.
I enjoyed having you here today. I feel like I could have did another 40 minutes, hour, whatever it is, because your testimony in your life is truly inspiring. And I don't know if anybody told you this today, but there is a purpose in you.
Yeah.
And regardless of what you have been through, God does not see you that way. We don't see you that way. I remember the first time I met you, I'm very good with memory. I could tell you what I had on.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell you everything. I met you at Urban Hymnal. Tajay walked up to me and was like, hey, have you met Taylor? I remember your locks was tied up and I met you. And you had a very beautiful spirit. You gave me a hug. And I'll never forget you because of that. Yeah. And one thing that I can say is you are a powerful woman of God. Even when the enemy tries to attack you here, just know that it's a lie. Take every thought captive and put it under subjection of the word of God, because what you're doing now in your life, God has something more planned for you. Yeah. Even when you get married and when you have those babies. Yeah. And I said ease. So it's multiple. So just stay encouraged, and thank you for just showing up to the Agape Living Show. You guys, we are going to take a break, and we will be back shortly with some chicken.
Go.
Hey y'all, you're watching The Cut. I am the host, Shedjua G of Agape Living Show, and you don't want to miss what we're about to do. Let's get it.
How's the transition from being a podcast to a talk show? What's going to be different?
I mean, everything's going to be different. This season, we have guests that is going to be on the show. You get a little bit of me, but you get a little bit of people that you can relate to. And I think we'll have a little bit of something for everybody, so tune in.
So next question for you. What does the talk show format allow you to do that the podcast couldn't?
This season we have games. We are going to have live performances. So it's a little bit different from the podcast.
I do hear this thing that you keep saying, blueprint. Why did you name this season the Blueprint, and what does that even represent? Like, what does that mean?
So the Blueprint is about the body of Christ getting back to their original design. It wouldn't be Shedjua-esque if we did not decide to put a spin on just allowing God to be a part of our conversations. So with each guest, you can be sure that we will always get to the root of the blueprint or the identity of what God has called us to be as his children.
For those who love the podcast, how should they prepare for this type of new experience?
Prepare yourselves. I'm going to need you to go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel, Agape Living Convos, because that's the way that you are going to stay in the know, and make sure you hit the notification button so you can be able to know when we are uploading every single week. Now, when you say what should they expect, I'm going to look at you with that. Expect to have a good time. We have kingdom conversations. We have good laughs. We have fashion. And of course, we always popping. So expect the unexpected.
All right. I think that's a wrap. I think that's good for the people.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you all so much for watching my episode with Taylor today. Taylor, I have a little surprise for you because we haven't been in Miami in so long. I found a chicken joint in Texas. It's called Wells Fish and Chicken, and it's just like Snappers.
Woo! Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? So this is my surprise for you because
I'm excited.
We're Snappers girls.
Yes.
And if you like it, every time you come down, I'll try to make sure I have a plate for you, okay?
Okay.
Producer. Roll the clip.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so this is, I know you ain't finna fall. Okay. This is our food. The fries are a little, why the fries my color? Okay. I'm gonna let it live. But this is how our food is looking. So I just want us to try like maybe a wing.
All right.
You want to do a cheers? Okay. Cheers. Ding. Okay. These wings look a little baby.
Blessed Jesus.
Blessed Lord. That's some good chicken.
Mm.
It's cold, but it's good.
It's the crack powder on top.
Mm-hmm. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure you click like, subscribe, comment. Y'all don't never leave me no comments. Comment and send this video to 3 people that you know will be blessed by it.
Yes.
If you have a business and you're looking to sponsor it, please go ahead and click the email in the description box. We would love to feature you and can't wait to see you next time.